This is a real clash of style, striker versus grappler. Fleming, the last South Shore sport fighter of the evening, besides our main eventer, of course, and Johnny Campbell.
Brendan Fleming is obviously a very good wrestler in the situation in the matchup between these two. Pardon me for my microphone. Roberto Yong came out here and he showed everybody that he had way more crisp striking than we had thought. I think everybody kind of counted him out. He came in here, he put 2, 3, 4 punches together. His jab is very, very good, very long. He uses his range very well. So I expect him to come in here and try and use that range to keep Fleming away from him so he can't grab his legs and take him down. Fleming only wants to take him to the ground, and I'm sure Roberto knows that. So we're going to see how well he can keep it on the feet for the remainder of the fight.
Yeah, and I was watching the press conference a couple of days ago, and Roberto was talking about how, he doesn't like game plans because, you game plan for one thing, and then a guy comes out and does something completely different, which I agree with. You never really know what's going to happen in fighting. You just got to take what they give you. And, Roberto's, he says he's ready for anything.
Another guy whose record doesn't indicate how talented he actually is. He's very lean, very, very, very fit.
That's a long, lean lightweight in Roberto Yong. But Brandon Fleming, who after a 5-year layoff comes back in 2019 and surges back into contention with a big win over John Adams and a big win over Montoya Swilling at Cage Titans 44 and 42 respectively. Before those two fights, he was 4-3 before the layoff, fighting at Bellator twice, going 1-1 there, and his losses are to Rob Font at Cage Titans 11, UFC ranked bantamweight, Des Green, another local stud, and Blair Tugman, who's also very prominent in the local scene.
Brendan Fleming wasted no time getting in the ring. This man is all business. He wants to get in here, dismantle his opponent, come back for the next card, and keep the train rolling. He's very, very serious, very dedicated. I'd like to see him put his hands together a little bit into his shots. Obviously, that's just for more entertainment purposes. I expect that he's going to come in here, try and get past Roberto's boxing in order to get on his legs. So we're going to go for the tail of the tape now. Richie's going to take you through it. Let's go.
Boom, tail of the tape. Both guys. Similar, 27 and 28. Both guys coming in 55, 56, 5'11". Could you say this is virtually identical?
Virtually identical.
Both of these guys, very, very good matchup.
They even have the same kind of hair,
All right.
One each reach advantage for Roberto Yongo. We got Andy with the introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves for the 12th bout of the evening. A professional lightweight bout scheduled for 3 rounds, 5 minutes apiece. Introducing to you first, standing in the red corner, with the professional record of 3-5. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, and he weighed in at 155 pounds. From Central Boxing, he's representing Phoenix, Arizona. Let's hear it for Roberto Yong. And now, introducing his opponent, standing across from him in the blue corner, with the professional record of 6 victories and 3 defeats. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, and he weighed in at 156 pounds. From Plymouth, Massachusetts, he's representing South Shore Sport Fighting. Let's hear it for Brandon Fleming. Our referee for this matchup is...
Boom. That's official.
All right, cage doors closed. We're about to get this one underway.
Our referee is Gary Foreman. Apologies, mic troubles. Gary Foreman, our referee for this matchup. Roberto Yong in the black and gray. Black and white for Brandon Fleming. Brandon Fleming already changing his level, indicating a shot early, but a head kick is thrown.
Brandon Fleming, like I said, he's going to use that up and down motion. He was very light on his feet. He's going to change his levels to fake the shot. Even if he doesn't fake the shot, it gets Roberto thinking about the fact that he's going to go for the takedown. That's what sets up that kick. Roberto's either going to put his head down or put his hands up. And either way, Brendan will get what he wants as long as he feints the right way.
Yeah, he's feinting with him. Roberto, super relaxed. One hand up, one hand down. I like the stance.
Southpaw for Fleming. Orthodox fighter in Roberto. And that kick to the liver on the left side from Fleming is something that he's using. He's going to try and target the liver and slow down Roberto. Roberto should use his jab to keep Fleming away from him. This is what he wants, to back him up against the cage to secure the takedown, or just to have the room.
Ooh, Fleming's still looking for those head kicks.
He set it up with his hands a little bit better. Throw a few jabs in front of that. I bet he could get that. There, see, there it is. And there's the level change. There it is.
Big lift here.
Great work, great work.
Roberto with the sprawl, posting up on the
job.
hand, but
there's the left.
That's how that's done right there.
Oh, he's looking for the neck right away.
Going to the back, going to the back.
Seamless transition, and he's got that
Fleming all
arm
over
laced
him.
through the hip.
Roberto defending well.
He's got to grab a hand and try to
Not
stand up.
panicking, keeping his composure.
And it's this kind of positioning and selective ground and pound that is really Brandon Fleming's strong suit, as he's done it in all of his fights before this. Great control of the wrist, trying to isolate the head and land economic shots from any position he finds himself in.
Like a wet blanket. He's just going to let Roberto carry his weight until he wants to stand up, or he can secure himself a better position. If Roberto lets him, he's going to get there. But Fleming has no problem just riding his weight out and just dragging him back down. It's exhausting to go up and down like that with somebody on your back.
One hook is in for Brandon Fleming.
Be careful he's not getting too high on his back or end up getting postured over. Fleming could just let go right now if he wanted to. He'd be fine. About halfway through the first round here. Fleming putting on a wrestling display a little bit here, going with the half Nelson, pushing his arms up there. Putting his knee right down the middle. He's going to look for secure a hook. There we go. Good job from Roberto to get up, see if he can do anything with it. Brendan's going to take his legs right out.
One underhook on the left side. He's digging for the second one. Looks like he's diving on the head.
Roberto's doing a great job doing that track stance. See that right there? Keep that wide base. Makes it real hard to pick somebody up. Excellent. And good job from Fleming right there to finish the takedown.
Diligent in the takedown attempt.
Roberto staying composed.
Roberto Yong's defense.
Oh, there it is. We're going to get one hook in.
Oh, maybe not.
Maybe not. Fleming doesn't seem interested in taking the back fully, going for the rear naked choke, more than using that wrestling ride to just kind of ride his hips, let him carry him, and then, ground and pound where he sees fit, which isn't a bad thing at all. It's scoring points, and he's making him tired.
And we saw this in Fleming's fight against Montoya Swilling, where he didn't really go for the back of the choke, really. He just kind of beat him up there in that turtle position.
He's got the
big, heavy shots now from Brandon Fleming.
He's got the crucifix. He's got one arm tied up. Oh, he got out. There we go. Stepping over, great job. And there it is. He finally sinks in the hook. Roberto's got to be careful. Both hooks are in. Watch Fleming. Fleming's a little bit high here. His hips are high, so he's not going to be able to flatten him out with his hips that high. He might be able to get the choke if he sits back a little bit more. But if Roberto would have just stand straight up right now, he could shake him off. And there it is. His hips are back. There you go. Working back up. Good job. He lost the hook. That's okay. Good job, Roberto, to get right back up.
Great explosiveness.
Roberto's got to get to work now here.
Roberto's got to put hands on. There's a big right hand that stumbles Fleming. He's hurt. Elbows. Fleming's still hurt, man.
Unbelievable right hand from Roberto Yong. Drops Fleming, but
that was a big moment right there.
Able to get the reversal, clearing the cobwebs is Brandon Fleming, but that was a picture-perfect straight right down the pipe.
He appears to be kind of clear. He's doing the right things positionally here.
And Roberto Yong's got some massive hands at lightweight, wearing double XL gloves.
Double XL, Jesus.
Got big old hands, that boy. He's got the boxer's glove. You took the bigger gloves to make it seem like he's a boxer. He wants that big padding on that glove. 15 seconds left in the round.
You're shaking lunch boxes when you're shaking Roberto Yong.
Exactly.
Able to keep composed after the knockdown is Brandon Fleming, where he rides the back again to close out the round. So it was dominance from Brandon Fleming in the wrestling department.
Would you call that a 10-8 round considering the knockdown towards the end? Because of the control.
I would still give the round to Brandon Fleming myself because it was total control, and then the knockdown sealed it for a 10-9 for Roberto Yong.
That kept it from being
the biggest moment of the fight, but it was 5 minutes of extremely effective grappling
Right.
and control with seasoned ground and
Great
pound, a
takedown here.
Great
crucifix.
takedown.
Look at this slam. That scores big points.
That's how big page in my own book, baby. I do that all the time.
But Roberto Yong made sure that Brandon Fleming knew that he was in a fight with that big right hand that definitely rocked him, put him on his butt, and he was able to come back like a seasoned professional that he is and win the rest of the round. So back and forth action. Look at this.
Oh, here we take a look at that right hand that landed.
We'll see.
Lands
We'll-
him.
And there it
Right
is.
down
Bang.
the middle, right on the jaw. And there was another one that followed up with it.
2-3 combo. That right hand landed flush on the chin. You saw that spine kind of disconnect for a split second.
at the very-
a clean knockdown.
And it wasn't one of those big haymakers. That was just pure technique, straight down the pipe, right on the chin.
The very least, Brendan Fleming is put on notice here because
For sure.
he knows now that Roberto can land that straight laser shot right down the middle. He's going to go right back to that takedown, keep his hands up, see if he does more of the same this round.
Comes out southpaw, so you know he's looking for that takedown.
He loves that. He loves that lead, that rear kick. I'd really love him to or would like to see him throw some punches in front of that. That would set that up a lot better.
Yep. Oh,
Roberto's not
down to the
overcommitting,
legs.
which is great, but he needs to throw something to keep Fleming from being so comfortable shooting like that. Keeping his composure, great job, getting hip to the mat.
Good pressure
Good
here
work.
by Fleming. Right up to his feet is
Just
Roberto.
missed that
Sneaky
knee.
little knee there on the way up from Brandon Fleming.
He's got a great body lock, Brendan Fleming. He's really working that. That's exhausting. That was a ooh.
Ooh, attacking the legs.
Oh, be careful. Brendan Fleming needs to be very careful here because if never mind. I was going to say
He's going
about
for a big slam here. He's
about a
looking to
second
lock-
ago-
Looking for the underhook.
his hips are too far back for that. But at the same time, Roberto is got his legs too close together. He's doing a great job.
Roberto's still
despite
up on
that.
his feet.
It's exhausting to go after these takedowns over
Right.
and over, and just for the person to get up or defend them.
Yep.
Kind of a stumble over there.
nullifying the power of Roberto Yong with that finished takedown right into side control for Brandon
Good
Fleming.
job. Good hip bump by Roberto Yong.
Head bump it.
He turns in.
Big right hands here.
Good work.
See if Roberto can get back to his feet.
Going for the
He's got
crucifix.
the wrist. He's doing the right thing.
Trying to isolate
Take
the
that
arm.
wrist. Stand up.
2-on-1. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Get that hand over the head. He can stand up from here. He's doing excellent for his ground defense. For a boxer, he's done a great job with that.
Using
Great
the
defense.
cage to get up.
Perfect. And you don't see a lot of this going on these days for some reason. A lot of people
No.
don't use the cage to wall walk, and it's perfectly your friend.
Again,
Yong using a great job.
Beautiful.
All Roberto needs to do at this point is turn in, and he's fine. He turns into Fleming. He'll get the double underhooks. He'll be in the clinch, but he won't be in as bad a position.
Big knee. Definitely
There
woke
it
Roberto
is,
Yong
turning
up.
in. That body lock he needs to get out of. He needs to keep his track stance wide base so he can't go down to the hips every time he gets him. And then to fight for those underhooks, he can push him off the cage that way.
Brandon's got to get low. He's got to get down on that double.
And he's really trying to dig in there. Fleming doing a great job keeping tight. Going for the trip.
Nope.
Hands are clasped
man,
under the
there
hip.
it
Here
is.
comes a ride.
Oh, he's looking for the double.
There he is.
Sprawling
Roberto
doubles, Roberto.
sitting back too much on the cage. That's going to go off.
There it is. There's
Beautiful
the two.
takedown. See if Roberto can get up again. Big shots here. And Roberto's up. Oh, backing on the takedown is Brandon right to the back.
Great
That's
job
just
on that
smart.
single, changing the angle,
Very
taking
smart.
the back again. Seamless transitions
Roberto's
from
gotta move
Brandon
here.
Fleming.
He's got to move here.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh, he's got to grab that wrist again.
Fleming wants this knockout.
His ground and pound is unreal. Always busy, economic, finding the right opportunities to land effective strikes and just chipping away at Roberto Yong.
And he
Keeping
seems-
the distance closed to avoid the power.
He's had plenty of opportunity to go for a submission as well, and he just hasn't taken that opportunity.
Yeah.
What's going on here with the elbows here?
Big
Brandon
elbows.
Fleming seems stuck. Okay.
And a takedown.
It
Another
looked
one
like
of
they were
his
clipping
troubles.
the side of the ear.
Look at that. Roberto Yong pushes him off of him. And again attacking those elbows.
Back of the ear here.
Those are paying dividends. Those
another
are scoring big
takedown.
points, and Fleming does not like those as he violently takes him down for about the fourth time this round.
He's got to
Both
watch
of these
out
guys
for the
are
back of the
starting
head.
to look fatigued.
Both of them. It's exhausting to continue to get these takedowns for someone to get up. It's also exhausting being the one having to get up only to be taken down again. This is a grueling pace. And the fact that they get up and exchange every single time is impressive. We'll see if this goes to a third round. We'll see what they have for us in the tank here. One hook in. Fleming wants to get that other hook. There it is. All he wants to do is hip in now.
Take the neck, Brandon. He's got to take the neck.
He's going to go. He wants this TKO. He wants this TKO. Oh. He wants the punch. He wants the finish that way.
Oh, Roberto's got to move here.
20 seconds left in the round.
Look at that.
Wow,
Fleming loses it.
That was an interesting, I think that was a choice from Fleming.
He was getting high up there, and instead of waiting in a scramble that Yong has been able to escape out of, he just elects to take it.
Oh,
gotta watch out.
Oh, there's a big one. That hurt him.
That hurt.
Oh, but there's the takedown.
Falls right into the takedown.
Oh, man.
That just goes to show the wrestling background and how sensational it is in Brandon Fleming. He's gotten rocked a couple of times and just kicks in that wrestling instinct, secure the takedown in position while after eating a big shot. Great fight, and Roberto Yong is finding his moments, showing his takedown defense, his ability to get up on a couple of occasions, but ultimately the control thus far has been in the hands of Brandon Fleming, who's putting his wrestling credentials on tremendous display tonight.
Brandon Fleming, like I said in the beginning of the fight, doing great with his wrestling. Obviously, he's in on the doubles. Roberto Yong needs to keep his drag stance, which means he needs to keep his feet wide and his hips against the cage in order to stop that takedown. If he stays flat, he's going to go down every time. Brandon Fleming doing a great job of posturing up, taking his shots, and putting him wherever he wants to. He's got to be careful with his fatigue going down. Whenever he comes up, he puts his hands down, and that's when Roberto's catching him.
Man, Roberto Yong, he's one of those guys who's, obviously boxing background. This guy has hands.
Watch out.
Wow, big uppercut.
Every time he gets taken down, this guy's right back up to his feet.
Falls right into the takedown.
Oh, man. Unbelievable tenacity.
Touch of hands. Now we're in the final round of the fight.
Third and final round between these two lightweights. Both have had their moments. Both have scored their points.
Yeah.
Head kick. With a
there it was. He's been
fist
setting that up
follow.
the whole fight. The whole fight he's been setting that up.
That landed flush.
Roberto's hands are down now.
Back fest.
So now let's see if Fleming will start to open up his stand-up with his wrestling. He's already secured 2 rounds with the dominance in the position, so let's see if he'll go up there and try and make it a striking battle.
Ooh.
And I am corrected.
Excellent level change
right
yet again.
On cue.
Perfect timing.
Roberto should abandon the guillotine. It never ends well. He's going to be
Full
mounted.
Yeah, he's in mount now.
Never good, never good.
Oh, Brandon's
posture up here. This is exactly what he wants.
Again, he's falling high on the back. Now he drags his hips
There we go.
Flattens him out.
Oh, Roberto's got to move.
If he could posture up and put a little bit more oomph on these punches, some more stank on these shots, he could get a finish here. Roberto Yong definitely fatigued, setting in, grueling pace on the ground, who's someone who's more used to the boxing game.
Get going.
Now he's looking for the neck.
And there it was.
That's it.
There's the tap.
And a beautiful
Roberto
finish.
Yong
Beautiful.
submits to Brandon Fleming. What a display of wrestling and jiu-jitsu skills from Brandon Fleming. Excellent timing on several takedowns through 3 rounds. Great positioning. Extremely durable and economic ground and pound. Super impressive in how he was selective of his shots to pick Roberto Yong apart, get to dominant positions, and ultimately secure the rear naked choke in the 3rd and final round.
Yeah, and like you said earlier, he had Roberto in bad positions, but he wasn't really looking for the choke. He was looking for the TKO.
Look at that.
But I think now going into the 3rd round, Brandon knew how dangerous Roberto was, and he figured, you know what, I got the neck, I got to end it. There it is. That's all it takes. But, man, how tough is Roberto Yong, man? This guy getting taken down over and over again, gets back up to his feet over and over again, lands some big shots, big right hand down the pipe, big uppercut. I mean, awesome.
And he had to overcome some adversity, did he, after that big knockdown in the 1st round from Roberto Yong. That right hand was flush, but tough as they make him, Brandon Fleming comes back and climbs to 3-0 in 2019, 7-3 in his pro career.
Beautiful, beautiful battle there from both guys. Now looking for the official time here.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for these two warriors. Referee Gary Foreman has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 18 seconds of round number 3. Giving you your winner by rear naked choke, Brandon Fleming.